Tell everybody what the deal is with Pearsall.
Okay, so we found out a few days ago that the Niners placed him on the NFI list, the non-football injury list, and it's a little murky as to why they did that or what the injury was. Today, John Lynch revealed that Pearsall pulled his hamstring while working out away from the facility between minicamp and training camp. So they expect him to miss these upcoming 4 practices. Then they'll have a day off. Then they'll be back in pads. And they said that they hope or they expect he'll be back at that point. That's the update with Ricky Pearsall.
Now, they can't guarantee that he'll be back because you can't guarantee things like that. But apparently, they don't think it's that serious. Although hamstrings, I got to tell you, Iggy, sometimes they can last up to 3 weeks. So we'll see. We'll see about the guy. Now, I don't think he did anything wrong. My gut feeling tells me he wasn't riding a motorcycle and fell off or something like that. He's probably so eager to do well that he overdid it in practice. And I understand that. I probably even admire it. But it is unfortunate for him and the team because it's not like he's a veteran who's been through it before. Every practice would matter to him. So this is not grave. It won't ruin their season, but they didn't need it, and nor did he.
No, and it seemed like the reason they drafted him in particular in round 1 was they wanted a NFL-ready wide receiver, a good one, just in case things get weird with Brandon Ayuk and he holds out or whatever. And he may end up being He may end up being really good, but a wide receiver who pulls his hamstring right at the onset of his rookie season, you wonder how ready is he? Like, do you really understand what it takes to last? I mean, you played maybe 14 games in a season in college. Can you get your body ready and keep it ready for the entire season? I feel like I've seen rookies do this before, where they just get off to a bad start, they pull their hamstring, and they never catch up to the rest of the team. And it ends up being kind of a redshirt year. So right now it's no big deal, but if he comes back too soon, it could linger. It is pretty significant.
Yeah, I would hope this is not a redshirt year for him. It would be very bad look for the team if their first pick and a first round pick has the red shirt. So I'm not going there. I'm taking them at their word, and saying that it's minor. They'll work it out. They have a reconstructed training staff, and everything will be okay. But Iggy, it's not what they wanted. I mean,
No.
It's not some undrafted guy who got hurt.
And it's like, it's scary because you don't really know what's going to happen with the hamstring. He could be back next week and everything could be absolutely fine. Or he could linger. He could tweak it. He could re-injure it down the line. It's not what you want. So they're hopeful. And right now it's probably not a big deal, but put it this way. If George Kittle had a pulled hamstring right now, you'd say he's fine. He's one of the best athletes in the NFL. He knows his body. He can figure it out. The rookie that has a pulled hamstring, you're like, have you had this injury before? Do you really know? Like, are you ready for training camp? Can you handle this amount of training? I can handle it. We've seen him do it year in, year out. Pearsall, a lot of times rookies are worn down from the combine and running all those 40-yard dashes and preparing for the draft. He could be worn out right now. So this is really critical for him. He needs to take his time coming back.
And also, Iggy, we really don't know anything about him. We know, I mean, there's a lot of data on Ayuk, mostly good, but some questionable, how he comported himself in the Super Bowl. We don't have any data really on Pearsall. In fact, let's face it, when they drafted him, I wasn't in the press room. I bet people were pretty surprised.
Yeah. The people that had even heard of him. I mean, no one expected him to get drafted in round 1. And all I know is at OTAs and minicamp where he did well, he was wearing a blue non-contact jersey, and they asked Kyle Shanahan why, and he said that he had some injury. He was dealing with something that didn't keep him off the field, but they wanted to protect him from. So he has an opportunity to play. There's a lot of pressure on him to be ready just in case Ayuk puts him in a tough position. And I think maybe all the pressure of that maybe could be leading him to press a little bit and maybe try too hard, which is normal.
During mini camps, did Pearsall run all out?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. He had something to prove, and you could tell.
Okay. So he didn't have a hamstring injury then.
No.
It's between minicamp and now.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like you wonder, the veterans were talking about the last 40 days between minicamp and training camp as how they get away from football and trying not to think about it. And I'm sure they work out, but Pearsall, I'm sure he wasn't trying to get away from football. I'm sure he was trying to pack in as much training as he possibly could to be as ready as possible to potentially take an all-pro wide receiver's job. Boy, that's heady stuff. I mean, I'd probably pull both my hamstrings and my Achilles in that situation.
You pull your hamstring if you're not fully warmed up. When I used to run, if let's say I ran a heat and then I didn't fully warm up to the quarterfinal, boom, hamstring would go. I have a question for the viewers. When I'm watching Grant right now, he's freezing a little and his audio is coming in and out a little bit, but it may not be that way for you. And also maybe I'm not coming out. So when you get a chance, could you just send in a note and let us know if you're receiving us okay? Because all of our indications are that everything is okay, but Grant is freezing up from me a little bit. So if you don't mind, let us know. Thank you.
Okay.
It's
maybe we just need to
low.
restart your computer or something like that. You seem fine to me. Anyway.
Should I do that?
No, I think we should keep going.
Should I restart?
No, you're fine.
Keep going. Okay.
Jay
Restart
Garza
my
says,
computer. God knows.
Don't do that. Jay Garza has been a member for 31 months. Thank you, Jay. Nicholas says, why Kyle insinuate that you misrepresent his words? He did insinuate that, didn't he?
We're going to get to that. That's a journalism thing, and I'm actually dying to get to it, but I'm trying to control myself.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're making you wait, Nicholas Sirianni. Thank you very much. Jody Moore says, hey, Grant, are the Niners better with BA? Same. If he is traded, does it make us worse or no net change because of Pearsall? Jody, I think he's a lot better than Ricky Pearsall, who's hurt at this point in their careers. But that's
yeah.
Like not close.
Look, here's the thing about Ayuk. He's really a good player.
Mhm.
I think there's no question the 49ers are better with him. My issue is not particularly with him, and I think Grant agrees with this. It's how Kyle uses him. This is a threat down the field. This is a guy who can really carry a team, and Kyle doesn't utilize him enough because Kyle sticks to his system no matter what, and he doesn't know what to do with the kind of talent that Ayuk has.